practice. It's Thursday. I'll pick up my second daughter, but thought I might pop in for some memories. It's hot in here. Something. I've been doing volleyball since 2009 in the springtime. Parts of it have gotten a little bit droll, but I still love this sport. The competition, the speed and the sound of it, and just I never tire of watching the sport being played. And I think that was preventing me from being a better coach for a long time, was that I watched too much. Once I stopped watching the ball and then watching what other players were doing, that's when I got better and I noticed more. But I just, a good match or a good practice just feels right, and it reminds me that this is something that I'm passionate about, as I don't have as many passions these days as I once did. I think just because I've got more stuff to do as an adult, because I got children and a wife and a house, bills to be paid, all things I didn't have before. But I think when we left off last time, we were talking about school. I think we made it through 6th grade. We talked about Catalina, graduation, my 6th grade girlfriend, and one of my other 6th grade girlfriends with the deformed limb, and the 3 weeks where I don't know, convinced myself I liked her, but maybe I didn't. And then we got to junior high, but if I just had to rattle off memories I had from junior high, there's the time when I farted in Miss Miller's math class, and I think I was laughing at, someone had told a joke or something, and sometimes when you laugh, you lose control of your, whatever lets farts out. And I was laughing and I farted. And I'm pretty sure it was right next to some chick that was liked. And I remember Scott said that was pretty gross, and everyone laughed. I was pretty embarrassed about that. And I also remember in junior high, I had to go to the bathroom really bad. So it's where you're rushing and you can't get your zipper or your pants down quick enough. So I was doing that, and I got my little thing out, but it was like sweaty, and it like stuck to the inside of my leg, or it got caught on my underpants or something. And so it wasn't fully dangled, but it was like stuck and angled up. Long story short, I pissed all over my t-shirt, for the front of my t-shirt, for about 1 to 2 seconds, and there was piss on my t-shirt. So my plan was I just tucked the front of it in, and I don't know, I probably splashed water on it too, but I came back in with it tucked in, looking all funny, but I don't know if anybody even noticed. Nobody said anything, but definitely feeling nervous and sweaty about that. Luckily it was like the last period of the day, so I got through that, and then I went walking home. But I think that day someone stopped and offered me a ride, and of course the day that you get offered a ride when you're walking home is the day that you pissed all over your t-shirt. But I also remember when it was raining one year, Darren did a backflip into the ivy, and everyone was chanting, "Darren, Darren, Darren," and he did a front flip into the ivy while it was raining. I'm sure, and I remember he got in trouble by like the security guard or the assistant principal, but also it was like Darren was the equivalent of our like Chris Farley type. He was kind of a husky dude. Rest in peace, both of them, because Darren actually passed away like I want to say close to 10 years ago now. But they were both portly dudes, super outgoing, super funny, and they both had drug problems. And actually, the drug problems both ended up killing both of them, which is sad now that I brought that back. But that day when he front flipped into the Ivy, hilarious. And I remember after the day where we went to his like celebration of life, I had talked about that also, and everybody remembered it too. But for some reason that day, I told the story twice, like back to back. Like I told it, I was like, "You guys remember I went there into the front flip, and everyone's going there and then," and everyone's like, "Oh yeah." And I was like, "Yeah," and then I was like, "Yeah, dude, remember?" And he was just like, "Dude," and I just told the story again, almost word for word, and I don't think I got the same response afterwards, and I don't know. I'm not sure why I always remember that, but I remember I told the story twice inside of, I don't know why. But, yeah, I remember Darren. I also remember somebody stole my brown corduroy jeans out of my locker, which, you know, think about it now, probably didn't. I probably just left them outside of the locker, but I had to wear my PE shorts the rest of the day. And so you were that kid that was wearing his PE shorts, just looking ridiculous. But I thought they went pretty well with my black Vans shoes. And I remember skateboarding a lot. I remember the first weed I ever saw was walking home with Sean Boyle. And I was carrying my saxophone. I believe it was in 7th grade. And he was talking about, I don't know, we were talking about, who knows, God knows what, but then we were talking about weed. And he showed me, he was talking about how you can eat it, but it's not very good for your intestines. And it was in a little, like the little plastic film canisters that you have where you develop real film, and then you put the little thing in there, and that's how they turn it in. But he had weed in it, and gosh, just thinking about being a person that would smoke weed in 7th or 8th grade when you're like 12 or 13 just seems so young to me, and it seems so crazy that you would get high that early. I don't know, for most people, I didn't get high till I was the summer before junior year, which was, I was 16, which I guess is not that far off of 12 or 13, but I was on the back half of my high school, and I definitely wasn't in junior high, which seemed still like, I don't know, I guess I'm glad I didn't start smoking in junior high. I'm sure I would have fucking fallen apart royally. But yeah, I remember that, walking home. I remember walking home with Derek Lum from school also, which was a super anal and uptight Asian dude that he moved to Mountain View attendance area, I want to say like 4th grade or 5th grade. But he was just such a nervous Asian kid, always on edge, and you could tell he wasn't classically like Asian smart. Like, he had to work really hard just to be like of average intelligence, it seemed like. And because he would get questions wrong in class sometimes. I mean, he'd get the gimmies, but the hard ones where the typical Asian back then would get it correct, I think he was there was just a lot of pressure on him. So but we lived his house was near mine, so I believe 7th grade or 8th grade we would walk home together a lot. And I remember we were walking home one day, and he asked me if I was his friend, and I think I just said yes, even though we didn't chill or anything. But I think that day I had like given him a piece of gum, so we were just like munching on pieces of gum, and we were just chatting. And I think we had both been in the same health class, and we had been learning about cigarettes and how they're like addictive and whatnot. And I remember him thinking that you would get completely addicted to cigarettes if you just smoked one cigarette. And I remember saying, "You think you're gonna get addicted to smoking cigarettes if you smoke one fucking cigarette, and he said, yes, I believe if you smoke one fucking cigarette, and he said the word fucking, and I think even he was surprised that he had cussed, because he was this good, well-natured Asian dude. But I think it always seemed like everything was super hard for him, but he still got like 4.0s in junior high and high school. But you could tell he was always paying attention, that he was working really hard for it. Meaning, he wasn't naturally gifted. He had to study really hard, and he had to pay attention really hard too. So I remember and I always liked Derek Long. He was just kind of a nerdy dude, but I'm starting to think, so was I. The chicks that I dated in junior high were Aaron Glassock and Brandy Facundas, and I say dating loosely. I never went on a date with them. We were just boyfriend and girlfriend, which meant we would hold hands at school or like kiss on the cheek. Now that I think about it, I don't know if I ever kissed either of those girls actually on the lips, but we would like hold hands and like snuggle and whatnot. But yeah, Aaron Glassock, I did not. That was pretty pathetic. I think we only went out for like 2 weeks, and I would just ignore her at school. I even like was the like boyfriend girlfriend situation where I would just walk past her if she was with her friends or something. Odd. Brandy, I think, was in 8th grade. I think she even called me on the phone I think we actually talked on the phone a few times, but never like saw each other outside of school. Yeah. Oh, and then I was trying to get with Ashley Hatchell, whom I think I waited till like the very end of 8th grade to even like try and like start spitting game or anything, and it was like too late, or like she always went like to her like parents, like she was like a camp or like her parents worked at a like sleepaway camp all year, and so she would like never be there during the summer, but that didn't quite work out. But then I ran into her again in high school, freshman year. Maybe it was 10th grade. I want to say it was freshman year though, and gosh, it could have even been 11. I don't know. One of the years, I finally got up the nerve, and then I went in for a kiss, and then she totally like manhandled me, and we just we macked it out front of her locker for like, I don't know, like 6 or 7 seconds. But I just went back into my physics class with the biggest boner ever, and I thought, and that was like a Friday, and I thought that on Monday, we were gonna be like going out together and shit. But I think over the weekend, or she was already fucking Frank Harada, or not Frank Harada, that's a pro skater. Frank, what's his face? Who's also a super nice dude, but he was like a football player, and he was like 6'5" or 6'6", and he was like one of Darren's good friends. But I think where I was a pussy, he was not, and I just thought because he was big and like fatter and he wore glasses, like, but I wore glasses too. I didn't think he was gonna get her, but he did, because we were all standing around one day shooting the shit at school, and he was telling somebody how he was just clapping those cheeks, and he was just fucking Ashley like no one's business. And so that let me know, okay, I guess my tiny little Jew dick is not gonna get touched at all. And I don't think I'd even seen a titty at that time. I'm telling you guys, I matured so late, and by matured I mean I don't think I even started beating off till like 11th grade or 10th grade. I don't know. It was, yeah, I did not get no action. I didn't. A girl did not touch my pee-pee until, gosh, I think senior year. Yeah, senior year, the beginning of senior year, and then it was my girlfriend, Amanda, and yeah, gosh, I remember the day first got like, she just started tugging my dick. Oh boy, it felt fantastic. And we were skipping school at my friend Madi Sol's house, and we had this like bottle of Ocean Spray cranberry juice, but someone had dumped a ton of vodka in it. I'm not sure how it became mine, but became in my possession. We were drinking that all day, which means maybe we had a few sips of it, but we were drinking that, and fucking, I remember, yeah, either we were drinking that and then we went back to school, and then this happened after school, and then, yeah, I don't know, I was drunk as fuck though, and I remember I had club volleyball practice that night too, and I'm pretty sure I threw up somewhere and then went to club volleyball practice, and I was drunk. Or I went to club volleyball practice, came home, and then threw up. But it didn't even matter because some girl had touched my dick, and it was that's when your eyes are open to how awesome the world of sex is, and it just took so long. And it's because I was such a pussy, and I just never had the guts. I think I tried kissing Anne the Psycho, but that did not work out. And then there was Sammy too. God, that chick was hot. Yeah, I just never had come high school time, I'm not sure where my confidence went, dude. Or I had just always been interested in lesbians up until then. And so they were easy to talk to. But yeah, I'm not sure how I got to and that girl ended up being my first, whom I lost my virginity to at some point when I was 18. Honestly, I cannot pin down when I lost my virginity, because I think I stuck it in quite a few times, but it wasn't like long enough, or we just kept getting disrupted. Or I remember a time before I like went off to college and stuff, and like using a rubber and everything. And again, someone had come home abruptly, so pretty sure I had to leave the house with a rubber still on my dick underneath my pants. But hey, it's the life of a boy just trying to get his pee-pee touched. So I think, yeah, it was that's some Mormons right here, dude. Yes, but in junior high, yeah, I dated a couple girls, and by dated I mean I just had girlfriends. But I started skating then, but I don't think I got really serious about it until high school. But I was still playing soccer, and I think I played my last year of basketball in 8th grade, and maybe my last year of baseball was 7th grade. But it was still soccer, and I was looking forward to starting volleyball, definitely. But junior high was fun. It was just too quick. Only 2 years into it. But I slowly shed all my friends from elementary school, and I became buddies with kids from other schools, and it was good. And freshman year was awesome because I got to play volleyball finally, and my brother and I went to the school again which would be the last time. We hadn't gone to school since we were in elementary school, and so yeah, I got a ride to school every day from him, and it was just chill. It was cool. I know 10th grade I skated a lot. 10th grade was the time when I no slid the rail and we were serious savages. I think I'll stop here. I want to try and think back and have a better memory of 9th grade and start from the 9th grade year and just try and drudge up what I can from that year. But I mean, I've been all over the place. Anyways, I don't know. I'm at school all the time, anyways, and I don't feel it that old until I started thinking back at how long ago it was. So those are my thoughts on junior high today, and a little bit of in high school as my situations with my ladies growing up. But thanks, and I'll talk to you guys another time. All right.